Alright everybody, welcome back to another Payday 2 video. Now, I did think I would be covering the shotgun, or the new assault rifle, or even something as the new bow, which I think I tried, I don't remember. I don't think I did. Anyways, what I did want to talk about though was this recent event, which is actually something that I'm more interested in, and it's kind of a quick video because it's a bit of an off day for me. So, and also tomorrow is No Mercy, so that's the exciting bit. So you can see me using the new guns in action and give your opinions on it, and I'll be giving my opinions on it live. But anyways, today we're talking about the new update, that being old video evidence. Rachel has dug deeper and found more strange files in the USB stick. This time she found a video from the FBI as the world reacts in shock at the aftermath. Another large explosion is reported on CNN News. What is the case, or the cause? Yeah, it's cause of these strange events. What is it? Does it have anything to do with the mysterious USB stick? Payday gained video evidence. When you're investigating a criminal organization for years, you gather a lot of evidence that never reaches a courtroom. Every now and then, someone leaks the evidence to the press, and the public gets to see what has been hidden away. Check it out now on the Breaking News website. So, basically today, a lot of people were saying that this was already used footage. Only some of it is, and I'll get into why I think that. So let's hop in over here. So we got South Africa, which actually I found out, right, that this is actually the world. Like, I thought that these areas were part of the world. No, it's just they did this weird kind of, like, they made the dark, things highlight, countries and stuff in the light symbol water. I don't know why, but they just decided to do it that way. Anyways, so on day 5, we're over here and around South. Actually, is this South Africa? One of them is South Africa. I've never been good at geography. I know this is the US. This is the big ball of Europe, and that's London. One of these two things or something. I'm pretty sure this is South Africa. Now I feel like an idiot. Oh well. Not like that's been done before. Anyways, so today's news, CNN breaking news, explosion in Egypt. We're going to be using the YouTube video for this one. I'm already going to give it a dislike. Nah, never mind. But we're going to take a look at this little trailer, and I'll be giving my thoughts in it.
Another breaking news story, with the world still reeling from reports of an unexplained nuclear event in the South Pacific Ocean. Word now comes in of a similar occurrence deep underground beneath the Great Pyramid of Cheops in Giza, Egypt. The suspected detonation was followed by a thunderstorm which seemed to appear out of nowhere, with unconfirmed reports of lightning striking the top of the pyramid several times. No casualties have been reported, but a large portion of the pyramid has collapsed. The entire area is under quarantine while Egyptian authorities investigate. The president has ordered several branches of the military to adopt DEFCON 2 status, and the UN has offered any aid Egypt may require in investigating this strange phenomena.
I find it interesting that she keeps looking at, like... See, the thing here is, I like how she keeps looking at this piece of paper, which obviously has the lines that she's supposed to be saying. But don't they usually just have like a teleprompter that just scrolls down the text and everything to tell you what you need to say? So it's like you're looking at the camera. I don't know. Anyways, so what I want to talk about, these little texts here. Fire at downtown high school. Very sad. The Brooklyn line captured in Central Park. Very sad. Salmonella outbreak at local burger restaurant. That is very, very sad. But then here comes an interesting one. The Golden Grin heist. 3 years later. Recap. I don't know why we have to say it slowly. So, I found it very odd that they would have this in here. So far from the trailers, it's kind of been like things here and there that seem like little neat things to put over the teleprompter. But it's just kind of odd to have this. Like, people recognize it as this, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of interesting. Also, they're nuking Egypt and all this other stuff. A lot of people were saying that this is a connection to blowing up a lot of temples. Gun violence up 4% since March 2014, which people have pointed out was when they released the update of Bob McKendrick, when he decided to give anybody who voted for him could get a Glock, like a gun. I don't know why that was the smart decision. No civilian ever had a gun, but okay. And then fire at downtown, very sad. So that's the news update. And it's kind of interesting. I don't know why they pointed out Golden Grin. Maybe I don't remember it being released this day. I thought it was released like a month later, or a month before. I can't remember exactly when Golden Grin was released. If you know why it's up there or have a theory, leave your comments below. Be very nice of you. I'm trying to speak trying to speak louder. Just, family's over. So anyways, and the next one is let's go back over here. Any connections between the first and second explosion? Check up on incidences of missing nuclear missiles, which they're going to find missing ones in Aftermath, or not Aftermath, it was Meltdown. Sorry, Meltdown. Next one is Rachel's Paraphone audio note.
Reminder, confirmed passenger manifest of flight GNW 59 to Egypt, Hellman listed as passenger.
So, the dentist was on that flight, which is very interesting. Have Jenny obtained a manifest for flights from Egypt to the U.S. over the last couple of days. The next one is the FBI clowns.avi. So, this is the file that has been recently been released. This is somewhat unused footage. A lot of people are saying that there might be a reason why they're releasing it now, or it's just, a little neat thing. So let's take a look at the footage, shall we? Also, there's no audio. So it starts off with secret, basically don't distribute it. It's the clown case, which is interesting because the title Clown Case was first appeared during Hoxton Breakout, actually. One of the few things that you have to grab was Clown Case, and it's a bit interesting. I'm wondering why they titled that. They're probably just a little neat nod, or they just keep using it. But that's one of the main objectives you have to use in the video, or not the video, the objective in Hoxton Breakout is you have to find like a box called Clown Case. So we go into the footage here. It's Friday, the 8th, so August 5th, 2015. As you can see, the van has rolled over. Then we have responders over here. Then we have two cops here with some coordinates, as people have used. People are pointing out that this is nearby the Washington Capitol or something. So they get shot, which seems to be they get shot from over here down under. No one knows who shot them. They're just dead. And then we have this scene here. Now, the reason why I'm gonna kind of dive deeper into this, and the reason why I'm wondering which one is which, is pay attention to the masks. So as we can see here, look like a little glimpse of Dallas and Hoxton, and then we have this one shot that everyone's debating what this means. It's Chains throwing his mask on the ground and just shooting random cops, Then we have this scene over here, and then we have this scene right over here, and then they're just driving off. So this has been used before. Let me just slow down the speed here. This has been used before in one of the trailers they used for Clover introduction, actually. One of the few trailers that had Clover introduced into the game. It was in one of the recaps that they used. Anyways, so we see our cops driving on by, and we see that, you know, they do some splicing and stuff. I don't know why my dog is barking. Here, we can skip a bit up ahead here. So, in this scene that's about to pop up, right, is the reason why I'm questioning which one is part of which. I think they splice it together to make one coherent kind of heist. So, we see Dallas here with his usual mask, you know, nothing odd about it. And then we maybe see a glimpse of Hoxton, maybe. It seems to be like maybe Chains or Hoxton, who knows. And then we get this shot. Now, the reason why I point out this shot in particular is that if you pay attention to Dallas's mask over here, and then go back here, this will make sense if I play it at full speed here. Let's play it at this rate of speed. See that the quality in it is different. The reason for that is that these are the high quality live action masks that they used to make. Now, these they made a couple of these. They gave ones to the creatures before they disbanded, which were later given to Cow Chop. But these masks are the ones that they've used for a long time for the live action trailers. And where before they had these masks, these are the ones that you get on the official Overkill store for Payday. And that's why I'm wondering what is, you know, they just basically spliced up from footage and just like put together. That's basically what they did. They're not in any way the same scene. This one has to be from the car shop trailer that was never released for some odd reason. And then this one has to be from a different one. This is the first time in any trailer I think we've ever had an kind of escort kind of guy. I mean, you could say Hoxton maybe, but Hoxton, you know, that's a bit different. He was, you know, a prisoner, and they were rescuing him. In this case, this is more like of a hostage kind of situation. This character doesn't really seem to be any other character that we've seen before, so yeah. Anyway, so they're moving around, they're shooting, he's doing something. And then this scene right here, again, this is Chain's mask from the store, not the one that he usually wears in trailers. Also, the battery is almost dead. And he's using an unusual weapon for Chains. He'd usually be using shotguns or something, but he's decided to use the M16 in this scenario. Meanwhile, Dallas, you know what? Dallas's weapon doesn't really matter. Like, he just uses different weapons all the time. It doesn't really matter. Dallas is he can't make up his mind. So then, this scene right here is a bit odd. Of why would Chains just like start shooting and then just turn back, yell at someone, maybe, look at the camera, throw his mask down, and then start shooting? Now, it would be questioning this. Why would, you know, Chains be taking off his mask? I mean, that's against the rules of the Payday game. You know what I mean? Like, you always have to wear your mask. You know, you want to reveal your identity. But at this point in time, the FBI has so much information on them. They know who they are. They know their families. They know their IDs. You know, they know everything about them. So this whole mask gimmick is pretty much dead. They pretty much wear it just because it, you know, for new players, and it's a fun customization thing, or maybe it's just a part of their code, you know. But at this point, it really makes no sense of why they have the fingerprints, why they have this, you know. But of course, this is back in 2015, and I'm not entirely sure if the FBI files were released then. People can correct me on that one. Though they do, I do know that they had information on Hoxton and somewhat on Dallas in 2014, but I'm not entirely sure on the rest of the crew. Actually, they probably had to, because, I mean, John Wick was released like right around Hoxton Breakout. So this would mean, in that sort of context, and that would mean that Dallas, Hoxton, Chains, and Wick were the only 4 to have their identities revealed during that, like, you know, publicly, until the FBI files, which later came around, I think, 2015, 2016. So this was way before that time period. So Chains at this point wouldn't care if he was wearing a mask or not. So I guess that kind of solves that little mystery there. And then there's this scene right here. Now, this is kind of interesting. The reason why I say that is because, as you can see, in this shot, it's Dallas, and then possibly, you know, any of the, you know, few characters. Then there's this random scene here, which doesn't really make any sense because they have gear, they have different masks. This is obviously from a different trailer that was never released. Has to be during the time period where they had the Overkill store masks. Maybe it was promotion for the masks, who knows. And then we have this scene with Chains yelling at someone, getting angry, pissed off. He doesn't care whether he has the mask on or not. Looks directly into the camera because he's angry. And then there's this scene right here. Now, this scene has to be connected to the one with the van. Because, you know, he's wearing the same kind of outfit. So that would mean that our mysterious character there is possibly Wolf, maybe even Wolf. But we don't see his suit, so I can't really, you know, figure out if that's, you know, Chains or not. Because in this scene, in here, if we can skip ahead a bit, in this scene here, Dallas is wearing a very dark outfit. Wolf is wearing a very dark outfit. Chains is going the usual classic kind of grayish outfit here. And for whatever reason, Dallas is just walking through, maybe telling people to get on the ground. Then we have this scene here where they break through the glass. Now, this was used in the trailer for Car Shop at very different angles. As you can see, there's the GoPro right there. I mean, it's literally right there. You can see the GoPro. But so they, you know, crash into, and then this scene has some people debating. As you can see, it's mainly Dallas right there, and then there's Clover right there. That's very Clover looking eyes. So this was intended for the Car Shop trailer. So what we can gather from this amount of unused footage, I mean, there's really no purpose in looking into this because it most likely will not be used in any story sense. But this just gives us a clear glimpse of what was going to be, maybe. So if we back up all the way over here, this is obviously for the Car Shop trailer. Their van breaks down. Cops are coming after them. They're getting closed in. And, you know, Dallas does the smart thing of shooting. Well, one of them does the smart thing of shooting them. Somehow Wolf got injured. So the 4 or maybe 5 heisters, that could be Clover, you know. Because I think she was wearing a dark outfit in the same trailer. This one I have no idea. There's really, again, there's no connection because there just isn't. They literally just spliced up random footage because these aren't the same masks. Of course, you can make the argument that maybe, you know, they switched masks on the same day, so maybe that's why they just decided not to release it. Even though I don't think a lot of people have noticed so far. I think it was just me. Anyway, so they're doing their thing. We're just going to disregard this footage because it's not really connected to the footage storyline that we're going with here. So we're still ignoring the footage. Alright, then we get to this scene here where their van most likely broke down a few blocks away. Dallas is most likely telling Clover to maybe get the keys. Also, there's the lion. Lion's in the car shop, so that's pretty cool. So Dallas is most likely telling, Clover to do that. Meanwhile, Wolf is always injured for some odd reason, and Chains got him. So they're telling that we should probably get that car. They take the car, and they break out. Meanwhile, most likely, Wolf is in the back with Chains. Maybe Houston's back there. But we have Dallas in the front, as indicated in the previous trailer. You know what? People are going to be asking me what I'm referring to. Let me see if I can find it. Because I keep referring to this mysterious trailer that most likely people are like, what are you talking about? Let's see if we can find it. It's one of these trailers. The master plan. Wasn't that? It was like the recap, wasn't it? Message from Overkill, an update, outtakes. Outtakes? Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember this. Out now, Ultimate Edition, teaser VR. Where is this recap? I'm trying to find it. It's very hard. Like, it exists. It's got to be before this. The big score trailer. Maybe if I type in recap. Let's put in a recap, right? Let's put in recap. Recap. Alright, that didn't help at all. Did it have a playlist of just strictly like Payday stuff? Payday trailers? That could work maybe. The master plan trailer. I just don't feel like it'd be in any of these. I can't remember which one it was. Yeah, let's try the most wanted trailer. Doesn't seem to be this one at all. Because that one was for like the few updates. It's not the Ultimate Edition. I think it has to be one of like their recaps that they did for their events, which is going to be great to sift through right now. So how's your guys' day going? Is it going good? Is it going great? Mine's doing okay. Just, gotta do this little trailer. This little thing for people, because it's fun. It's fun. I like how they only made like one trailer for Raid in their entire like it mentioned Raid like the only like one time. Let's see, is it this one? No, it's just more updates on Raid. Okay. Everything's a message from Overkill. They use the same title for like half of their videos. An update from Overkill. There's footage out there that like exists. I can't remember which one it is. So bear with me. Wrap up 2016. Was it in this one? I don't remember it being in this one. Alright, well it seems, yeah, it's in this one. So, let's take a look, right? So, I'm going to pick a scene from the trailer, right? This is going to be fun. We're going to do open screen here. But no sound. No sound. It's all copyrighted. So, as we can see, they're shooting people and everything. Nothing of it, They kill, yeah, he dies. So then there's this, which it flips, goes down, and then Dallas is right here, right? So now, if we go over here, what happens? Van flips. And what do we got here? Dallas pulling out. Same mask. Same looking gun. So we can confirm that these are the two of the same scenes right here. That's the same bullet hole too. So he pulls out, shoots, and then there's Clover. Well, Clover's not seen in the unused footage, so we can't really highlight that. Also, eyes right there, and then we have this one back in the day. Good times, good times. Remember the good days when we just robbed the banks and didn't really have to deal with a lot of spiritual stuff, you know. And we have this scene here, good old wolf shot right there. And they're just shooting guys, yeah. Nothing new. So there we go. You see, that's what I mean by like live action trailers, what they used to do. Also, oh yeah, that's a shocking shot. I was like confused what that was for a second. Live action trailer masks to the ones that you get from the store. Mainly because it's probably like cost effective just to use those ones. Then we have the dentist here who later betrays us, and Dallas is very concerned, but he just has to deal with it. This is the trailer where we have chains, you know, and John Wick. This is the one where I was saying that pretty much doesn't matter at this point whether or not, like, you know, doesn't really matter. And then, yeah, he does that. And then we get this scene, which is the same scene from down here. Also, I'm going to give that one a like. I really like this. It's nice to dissect this. So we have, you know, this little shot here, and then it's the same scene. And if we look closely, there's Clover. So this pretty much confirms that the person sitting in that car is Clover from this. I don't know why it's more noticeable to see, like, in, like, I don't know why it's more noticeable for me when it's black and white than in color. Maybe because of, like, they cut the shot a bit too early. Oh no, it's there. I don't know why. Anyway, so it pretty much confirms that Clover's right there. And then there's this scene with Hoxton and Wolf. It's always good to see those two doing stuff. And then chains, and then there's blood, and then there's rust, and then there's this, and pretty sure that was about it. But those are the few footage that we saw that is connected. So this pretty much confirms that this footage is the same ones in the recap, which I'm pretty sure everybody knew that. But anyways, gives us a solid storyline that these two are from the car shop trailer that never came to be. This most likely was going to announce. Maybe it was going to be more than just car shop. Maybe they were going to release the feature that you could actually drive around stuff and do that as a mechanic. But then they scratched the trailer because the limitations of the game couldn't handle it. Maybe, not Maybelline. What the balls is that word? Maybe. Or maybe it just, they didn't make sense to have a car shop trailer that much for such a small heist and such a kind of not really small event. I mean, it was a big event, but you know, whatever. But we can confirm that in this metaphorical heist with the characters is that it was a Dallas, Wolf, Chains, and Clover heist. We can pretty much confirm that Clover was probably somewhere off distance, maybe, and then would, like, you know, make it back with the heisters. I don't know. Was a sniper released during that time period of car shop? Because that might have been like an introduction to the sniper. I don't know. But we can confirm that. Now, again, that leaves us with this footage here has no real context, has no real, doesn't fit with the timeline that they're trying to put because of the masks and Houston not being there. When we can see a clear shot that Clover is in the second seat, so that means that Houston would have to fit in the back, which means that Wolf would have to be lying like against the door because somehow he got injured again. I know this is kind of nitpicking and all that, but I don't know. I like to dissect like live action kind of stuff. But that pretty much confirms that this is entirely new footage. This one in here is entirely new footage. You could say the same for like one of the few images that we just saw of the other ones, but that had pre-existing notions and ideas. This one is entirely new and makes no sense within this timeline that they're trying to present. So basically all I'm saying is that this footage is for something that, you know, what is it for? You know, what is this footage for? You know, that's really what I'm wishing that, you know, Overkill release with this is information. Maybe they can't because of, you know, maybe contracts or something. But I think it'd be really interesting and neat to see what the footage was, because we know that the footage for Car Shop, like we establish a timeline. It makes sense. I imagine someone will eventually make a whole new trailer with the Car Shop, a fan made one. But this one right here is entirely brand new, and who knows? Maybe it'll, like, later down the line will be explained. Maybe it's actually for the event. Maybe they recorded new footage, but, you know, maybe this has something to do with something. I mean, we originally thought that today, I did guess it was going to be somewhat of a live action trailer. Today is what, day 8 or something? I think maybe day 7 or is it 6? Day 6, 7, one of the two. Anyways, actually no, wait, there's only 8 days, so it's like day 5. Yeah, it's day 5 because day 6 is No Mercy, which is tomorrow. Anyways, so it pretty much confirms so far we've been right about the event. Day 1 was the Golden Houston mask. Day 2 was a heist and was kind of a weird one. Day 3 was shirt contest, which we'll get to in a second because I've been mainly focusing on this one bit here. Day 4 was new guns, which I will be reviewing, probably not during the event. Maybe I'll review it, maybe on the Twitch stream, you know, so we don't, you know, because I don't know if it's going to be entertaining or not, so I'll most likely do a heist review of No Mercy. And then, you know, we got day 5 over here, which is live action footage which we expected, but is not what we thought, apparently. This whole event has kind of turned our heads, where we thought it'd be like Bane at the end, but it's Bane at the beginning and whatever the heck the end is. But this footage is nice. I think it's a neat thing that people can look into and like think of what if, or what really this is. Like, this is the main one that I'm questioning of what this is, you know, because it's not the same masks. They're not wearing the same uniforms. Chains is looking like he's wearing a much darker suit than this one in the next scene. Clover is in this one. So what is this trail? You know, it's definitely not the same one. Like, it's not connected. Chains is having the same reaction of every fan who wished they had an actual live action trailer. But all we know is that this one is clearly from the Car Shop trailer that never was, and then the next one is something that we don't even know. Like, this is, who knows? Because again, these aren't the same live action masks that they usually do. These are the ones from the Overkill workshop. So, you know, it's kind of just like, you know, what is this supposed to be? But anyways, that's enough of dissecting that. I know that most people probably wouldn't find that interesting, but that's why, you know, I took a whole video dedicated to it instead of, you know, doing the guns. And plus, it's just, I find it more fun to do it that way, you know, dissecting the trailer more. Anyways, back to this. We don't need these anymore. So she then says, from FBI video archives stolen, has this been released to the public? Some of the footage has, and the majority of the middle right there has not. And it's not really connected because the mask, but the Overkill doesn't care about that probably. But anyways, let's go into Rachel's Paraphone recorded call 6. Let's just say 6.
Alan, I finally cornered Simmons in Congress right after the hearing this morning. When I confronted him about someone else answering his phone, he became noticeably uneasy. Refused to comment on it, though, no matter how hard I pressed, and he left in a big hurry. What should I do?
I feel like anybody, Rachel, wouldn't you be a bit uneasy if someone just asked you, hey, so I tried to call you one time and then someone else answered? Don't you think you would feel a bit uneasy, Rachel? Don't you think? But, apparently not. So then, Alan Blake over here, more like Alan Wake. Just move on. Anyways, so the subject Simmons. Hi Rachel. If you want to keep investigating this, I have no problem with it. But my hands are a bit tied when it comes to putting more resources on it at the moment. I'll have to pursue this alone. I'm afraid. But you can always talk to me, and I'll try to help. Beck. Now, why are his hands tied? Maybe there's something behind the scenes. Maybe political struggles. Maybe networks. Maybe he's into bondage. It could be one of those 3 things. Now, I think it's more of a case of, why would you want to be covering something political with Simmons right now when the world has not only 1 but 2 nukes gone off and a potential for another one to go off as well? We stole 6 nukes, 4, and they already used the 2. So how many nukes do they got left? But in a news standpoint, it's not really a big deal. A lot of people are going to be wondering what's going on with the world, because literally a bunch of places are getting nuked. That's the main concern people are having right now. So this story is going to be pushed back until, things maybe have calmed down a bit. At least until tomorrow when we go into a hospital and do something there. Then the Twitch stream will most likely release another trailer. And then we'll have the last day, which a lot of people were speculating. I haven't said this before, but a lot of people were speculating that this event has enough achievements for 3 heists. Now, one of them was already released. There are 2 left. We know that the 1 is happening. So that means there is either going to be another one, or the rest of the achievements are just random something else. But who knows? A lot of people are also speculating that this might be the end of Payday 2. And in terms of story, they might do little support like gun updates or fixes or new safes in 2019. But from a story standpoint, they might not do anything. I'm not sure. It's really up to Overkill at this point whether they want to end the story now or later. At this point, the Kento storyline is a bit screwed up because they just metaphorically killed Kento, or actually killed him. Bane is in pretty bad shape. It's looking like an end to a long story, and I'm a bit sad. Not that it's ending, but the fact that how it is ending. Mainly because I was really hoping that Payday 3 would be a clean slate. We would have a new group of people. Maybe, people would be running behind the scenes. The old Payday game, maybe you get them and stuff. But I was really hoping that it would be a clean slate, because I'm really not liking this Aliens whole lore. I'm okay with there being old Aztec stuff, or, hitting gold, that kind of stuff. More like Bible philosophical kind of secret stuff. What the secret is, until it just has aliens now. Just weird aliens. They couldn't couldn't figure out a way to figure out like tombs or like people just making simple tombs and hiding treasure. No, it has to be aliens for whatever damn reason. But yeah. So anyways, it literally says day 5 right there. I've been looking at the other screen and oh yeah, there's day 5 right there. But anyways, so yeah, that's about it. Again, No Mercy is tomorrow. Again, if you want to see my opinions on the guns, I'll be using them during the heist. Yeah, so again, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this little dissecting video. Alright, hold on, we have more stuff. Bless me in the comments below. You don't have to. Anyways, the t-shirt competition. We received some great Payday 2 themed t-shirt designs. Competition ends on the 4th of November at 8 p.m. CEST. Put on your creative mask and get cracking. There was one design that I think a lot of people liked was the I robbed a bank and all I got was this lousy shirt. I think that's a really good one. These are just kind of... I like these two because, I mean, it's like full on Dallas. Meanwhile, this one's just kind of like... meh. I don't know. I don't know. It's just like a face, you know, and it just says paycheck. Like, it's just... It's like a, you know, I just... And then again, you know, this whole ordeal... like, okay... Overkill, why isn't the original game on sale? Like, why? Like, why isn't the original game on sale? Are you just, like, expecting everyone to own it? But, like, this whole event is about celebrating the game that first, you know, the first game. That's the whole event, the franchise. And it starts with the first game. But you don't even put the first game on sale? I would understand maybe if you were like 3 games in, you know, maybe you got a third game, so you got to promote the second one, and, you know, maybe rarely promote the first one. But, like, what the heck? Like, seriously, like, why? I don't know. But anyways, that's about it. There's really nothing else left. Yeah. So... that's the event so far. So tomorrow we'll be getting No Mercy. Hopefully we'll have a good time with that. How do I close out of this? Okay, there we go. But yep, No Mercy is day 6. And then day 7 is a Twitch stream, which most likely will not tune into. Maybe I'll see some of the highlights. And then day 8, which people are speculating is either a heist or something to do with Overkill's The Walking Dead. Who knows? And yeah, so thank you guys for... sticking with me on this. Hopefully you've been enjoying these little videos. I mean, not really little. I mean, they're pretty long. But I just like to talk about the event. Like, there are some things that I find interesting about this event, but as a whole, from a lore standpoint, it's a bit messy. From an event standpoint, it's not bad. It's definitely not bad per se. I did see a few people coming back from day 2, the, you know, Bane prison breakout heist, you know. A lot of people were saying that it's just a cutscene. You're just constantly moving forward. Like, it's not a, it's mainly a story heist. Because, like, he's saying that, like, not a lot of people remembered it, and it's just a lame heist, and it's really just a cutscene for the lore. I can understand that from us. I can understand that, but I still enjoyed it. I still had a great time playing the heist. I don't know. I thought it was fun. I definitely don't see it as, like, being my new favorite heist because, like, it's a small heist. Like, I think a lot of people are taking it a bit too far when they're saying this is probably the best heist in years, or this is their new favorite heist. Like, it doesn't really hold as much water as I think a lot of people are giving it right now. It's still a good heist. I don't think it's the best one in years, though, but that's just me. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed, and I mean, for goodness sake, like, there's no loot. Like, in a game where you're supposed to rob banks and all that, right, and get loot, like, there's no loot. So how is that, like, a great heist? I understand his standpoint, and I still enjoy the heist, but like, you're calling a heist that doesn't even have loot in it the greatest? Come on, man.